AMG, S-Class and electric. Quite a juxtaposing set of words in one line, isn't it? But that is exactly what Mercedes has done, putting together all their pioneering heritage and technology into one futuristic-looking package. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the newest luxury EV, the Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 4MATIC Plus. It's got the looks, it's got the power and the proportions, but is it going to be the world's #1 luxury car after its fossil fuel counterpart, the S-Class? I hope to find out. I'm Roshan and you're watching Top Gear India. Born electric and eye-catchy are the words that strike after one hard look at the EQS. At over 5.2 meters in length and a wheelbase of 3210 mm, with those staggering 21-inch AMG-style wheels, it breaks the conventional proportions of rear-wheel drive models from the Merc stable. The sharp gloss black grille angles upward to integrate with the headlights, and those illuminated star logos and the lights up front really help the EQS stand out, especially at night. The AMG-inspired Pan-Americana vertical slats add little performance value, and gone are fake tailpipes, now replaced by fake diffusers. The ribbon-style grille light is quite attractive, although as a whole it simply stands out in a sea of non-electric limousines. As you can see from the not at all traditional cab-forward shape, it's also one of the world's slipperiest production car, with a 0.23 aerodynamic drag coefficient. Up to 9 degrees of rear-wheel steering gives the EQS the maneuverability of an A-class and superlative high-speed stability. Because this is an AMG, let's talk about AMG specific trims. So you've got this beautiful AMG line sports steering wheel with 2 rotary knobs and 2 little circular screens there. One allowing me to change the different modes without taking my hands off the steering wheel, and the other specific to the suspension or the sound the car makes when in different modes. You've also got 2 paddles. They don't actually help you change gears, but what they really help you in changing the recuperation mode so that you can get that extra mileage and extra range from the battery. A lot of Alcantara has been used on the top, especially it goes really well with the overall dark theme of this car. The seats are from the new S-Class. They're very comfortable, man-made leather with, a plethora of options on how you can change the position the way you like it. You've also got this central console, which is now devoid of any obstruction because it's an EVA2 architecture. You've got wireless charging here, almost 8 USB ports all around. You've got a really deep central console here for storage. And this is a nice feature which wasn't present in the previous cars. You've got shortcuts to parking, you've got a shortcut to your charging and your range, you've got the driving modes, and of course the fingerprint sensor and voice recognition for the different profiles. And not to forget, you also get the Hey Mercedes voice command system. One thing that's not been tuned to the Indian market yet is the noise that these blower and the vents make, even on the slower air setting, which is about 3. That I think should be improved. Let's talk about the Hyperscreen, a 55-inch in length Gorilla Glass facade covering the entire width of the dash. It's mind-blowing to see this in a production car executed in such a glam way, containing enough processors to run a mini ISRO rocket launch program. There are 2 12.3-inch screens, one acting as an instrument cluster and one touch display for the co-passenger entertainment. The central MacBook Pro size 17.7-inch screen is wherein lies the permanently rendered AC controls, a home button which defaults to the huge 3D map, and a set of widgets that change the order depending on what you happen to use most often. The Hey Mercedes voice command seems more responsive in this avatar as well. Sit inside the EQS and this is where you start to notice the differences between the actual S-Class and this one. So given that this is an EVA2 architecture, which is completely electric, only grounds up, you have a lot of space at the bottom, almost a flat floor. There's good, nice legroom at the back. Sense of space over the head also is great. I miss sun blinds here. I miss the controls that I can't move the seats in front of me. We've got a central armrest with the tablet that is available in the S-Class as well. It is a detachable tablet allowing you to control functions from comfort, from the aircon, and even the seat massaging functions. Climate control functions for the rear passengers. So I've got a capacitive touch panel here, I've got 2 vents here, I've got 2 vents on the pillars, and I've got an extra set of USB-C ports here. I do get powered seat recline function and powered headrest function on the rear passengers in this car. If you ask me, the S-Class feels more comfortable from the back despite having most of the seat contours similar, but I just feel the S-Class is that much more comfortable and more rear passenger centric than the EQS. Off the bat, you're driving the EQS and it is eerily silent, and you realize how well built the car is in terms of insulation, because there's not much of noise coming in from outside despite there being no engine hum. What does bother a little is the aircon noise. I think the blower noise is a little too much, especially if the ones in the rear are turned on. But here are 5 things that are amazing about this car. Starting with, it has got 2 electric motors, one driving the front wheels and the one driving the rear wheels, and the fact this 4MATIC Plus, 100% of the power can go back to the rear wheels, which means acceleration is ludicrous. This is the closest I'll come to a Tesla Model X on the roads of Bombay. 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. I mean, I would love to show it to you, but I don't think it's legal here. So I will not, but I will give you a sense of the acceleration that this car comes with. And here we go. I'm in Sport Plus, so the driving mode, and watch me go. That is, it's ludicrous. It's and it does it so silently. The second interesting thing is the fact that this car comes with rear wheel drive, rear wheel steering. So the wheels turn in or out, making the turning radius almost as much like an A-Class. That's Mercedes' intelligent assistant that keeps sort of like chiming in, giving guidance on how the route is changing. It's a little disturbing. The third thing most interesting for me was the fact that the MBUX and the fact this beautiful display of information is so crisp, like there's sort of no lag. It's really responsive and not the most distracting. Yes, at night I did feel that there was too much brightness on the screens, and you would like to turn it off, but it's a win in some cases, and sort of you regret that, okay, I wish this was a little smaller. I had the option of kind of like, like just turning it off, or it overturns itself. Fourth interesting thing, air suspension on the EQS. So the ride is on the stiffer side, being an AMG, I guess. But on high speeds, I think it's well composed. It's not Porsche Taycan territory, but it does come close, and straight line stability is phenomenal. Finally, the most important, I mean, if I'm buying an EV or you're buying an EV, is range. So it comes with a really large battery capacity of 108 kilowatt hour, which is even more than the Taycan Turbo S. The range claimed is between 529 to 589 kilometers as part of the WLTP global range cycle. In our tests, I will definitely say it's got range over 450 kilometers. We've done a Bombay to Pune run, and I thought that can be sort of, like a big sigh of relief when you're driving or buying this car. It can support up to 200 kilowatt of charging. I don't know where you'll find that. I don't think India has very many of them, but that will help you get to 300 kilometers of range within 19 minutes. That's really amazing, and I think the battery technology is only going to be pushing forward. The EQS currently stands at the epitome of the electric motoring portfolio for Mercedes India, and currently only available in this fully imported 53 AMG guise, which means you're going to pay a lot of money for a whole lot of performance and a whole lot of luxury. At 2.45 crores at launch prices, that is supercar rivaling prices, but what you do get is practicality for sports sedan and performance packed into one. But if ludicrous performance is not what you're after, it's the EQS 580, the locally assembled version that's coming in September 2022, could be of interest to you, because that should be available at slightly more sensible pricing. I can't quite say whether this will be the world's best luxury car, because it's slightly missing the rear passenger pampering that an S-Class offers. I will definitely admit that this is Mercedes' most powerful and sexiest move in that right direction. Until then, drive safe.